Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Sarasota. We're here to support you in finding a personal relationship with the God of your understanding and discovering what you already know. My name is Jaren Nelson, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner here at the center. And I now greet you with Namaste. Namaste is a Sanskrit word and means the divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Let's begin today by joining our voices from wherever you are to read aloud our vision and mission. The words can now be seen on your screen. Our vision is empowering spiritual growth as a loving, inclusive worldwide community. And this is our mission. We are a loving, inclusive worldwide community, empowering spiritual growth. We do this by teaching science of mind principles and other life-affirming spiritual truths. We explore, we learn, we grow, we connect, honoring all paths to God. We offer in-person and online weekly services, classes, workshops, affirmative prayer support, and other spiritual tools. We create opportunities for joyful social connection, community outreach, and service. We celebrate the awakening of our innate spiritual magnificence. We have now come to the time in our service where we pause. We take a few moments to go within. I encourage you to get comfortable, relax the body, close the eyelids, and allow your breathing and mind chatter to slow down. Find that inner stillness and listen as Jay sets the tone with I Am So Blessed by Karen Drucker. You may even want to sing along.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
Right now, we gratefully sink into the knowing that God is all there is, and that the divine presence is right where we are, as us. Therefore, we know that our good is at hand, and we see this good in all persons, places, and things. Nothing but goodness goes from us, and nothing but goodness returns to us. There is nothing unlike goodness in our experience. We are experiencing kindness, generosity, respect, and support. Our entire inner being responds in gratitude for this goodness that we now recognize as everywhere present. We are enveloped in goodness, saturated in goodness, and we allow it to flow out in every direction, blessing everything it touches, bringing wholeness and happiness to everyone. We awake to every new day in joy and gratitude. With joy and gratitude, we rest in the eternal goodness of God. There is a perpetual song in our heart as it overflows with the acknowledgement of so much good in our lives. We welcome all our good. We accept all our good. We give great thanks for our ever-present goodness and allow it to exponentially amplify in our affairs. We let it be so, and so it is. Today, we are delighted to have our spiritual leader, the Reverend Karen Wolfson, sharing an inspiring message with us entitled, Think Less and Thank More. Gratitude is a Magnet. However, before Reverend Karen speaks, we're going to hear again from today's talented guest soloist, Jay Poindexter, accompanied by Bob Teesdale, as they open our hearts with So Alive by Michael Gott. Welcome, Jay and Bob.
I was feeling sad the other day, feeling sorry for myself. I had to take a walk to clear my head. I went down to the river. The water always soothes my soul. The current seems to wash my cares away. The beauty flows right through me, and I'm a part of everything I see. So alive, astounded by the majesty I see. So alive, awake to all the possible in me. So alive to the magic, so alive to the dreams, discovering that life is so much more than what it seems. I cannot be content to just survive. I'm a part of something infinite and free, and so alive. Sometimes when I'm discouraged, I go and see a friend and hold her little baby in my arms. No words can describe this. He's perfect and he's pure, and all of life's distractions fall away. The beauty flows right through me, and I'm a part of everything I see. So alive, astounded by the majesty I see. So alive, awake to all the possible in me. So alive to the magic, so alive to the dreams, discovering that life is so much more than what it seems. I cannot be content to just survive. I'm a part of something infinite and free, and so alive. Then sings my soul, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, how great thou art. So alive, astounded by the majesty I see. So alive, awake to all that's possible in me. So alive to the magic, so alive to the dream, discovering that life is so much more than what it seems. I will not be content to just survive. I'm a part of something infinite and free, and so alive.
Thank you, Jay and Bob. So alive. I love the way that song follows the trajectory of so many of our human experiences. It starts out, as we often feel, I was feeling sad the other day, feeling sorry for myself, and then it moves through many beautiful layers of experience and culminates with so alive, astounded by the majesty I see, so alive, awake to all the possible in me, discovering that life is so much more than what it seems. I'm part of something infinite and free and so alive. And then the grand finale, then sings my soul, how great thou art. That is a prayer. And it is especially fitting because this is the month of Thanksgiving, a time when we're especially mindful of being grateful, yes, even in the midst of this pandemic. So my theme last Sunday, today, and next Sunday is gratitude. And I will start right off by proclaiming I am thankful and grateful for you out there. Each one of you, know that. Give yourself a big hug from me, like this. But first, let's check in. You know, I think about you all the time, and I ask in my mind in some way, how are you doing? I feel our connection. It's so good to know you're out there. And what really helps, your emails, and I love hearing from you, just a short note about how you're doing. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we enjoy your letting us know where you are and your comments. And to you, our team of financial contributors, thank you. Thank you. You continue to be an absolutely essential part of all that makes it possible for us to share our message, our caring and connection as we're doing each and every week. And thank you all for joining with us today. You know, as I think of you during the week, I continue to affirm and see you as vibrantly healthy and abundantly supported in every way. And now I have one more shout out, and it is to the students of the class Beyond Limits. Congratulations on your recent marvelous accomplishment, completing the 10-week class titled Beyond Limits. Devoting your time, your attention, and dedication to this study for these 10 weeks demonstrates your genuine commitment to your consciousness, your spiritual growth, and deepening. And I want you to know the power and impact of your collective high spiritual consciousness is a tremendous gift to our Center for Spiritual Living, Sarasota. In all my years of ministry, more than any other aspect of ministry in a number of centers, I have witnessed time and time again the transformational impact of classwork. You are the vibrant core consciousness, the heartbeat of our spiritual community, simply by having stepped up to expanding your own experience of God by means of you, Beyond Limits. So it is my honor and privilege to celebrate you and your accomplishment. And kudos to your incredible teacher, Kathleen Frankert. one of our spiritual practitioners. Kathleen's fervent dedication to her own spiritual growth and role as a spiritual practitioner and teacher is just magnificent. She walks her talk, and she inspires me time and time again. I know she devoted 200% of herself with loving care to each of you and your class experience. So to each of you and to Kathleen, it is a sacred gift to be able to share this life-changing spiritual journey with you. Congratulations to Jerry Bateman, Susan Davis, Robert Day, Jim Grove, Harvey Keltsis, Lisa Lessard, Ann Moore, and Tina Zwinger. Bless you all. So, this is the month of Thanksgiving, a time when we are especially mindful of being grateful, and yes, even in the midst of this pandemic, which means a lot of us will be foregoing the celebration of Thanksgiving as we're so accustomed to doing. As I told you last year I started a rich and beautiful new tradition with my family in Virginia, joining them in a mini family trip that's been their tradition for many years. So I had it in ink on my calendar for this year, but we decided to step back this year, being respectful of everyone's health. But you better believe it's on my calendar for next year. And you may be really down because you will be missing family and tradition this Thanksgiving. I understand that. But there is still so much for which to be grateful. I know you know this. Well, one of the best gratitude books I've read, I told you about it last week too, came to my attention a year or two ago. It's titled Think and Grow Rich. Yep, Think and Grow Rich. It's by Pam Grout. The title, Think and Grow Rich, is a play on the title of the enduring classic by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And she does give him due credit for his message, which is excellent. And she goes on to say, but let's consider just possibly sometimes the real power is in not thinking, or rather, in not thinking in the way our minds habitually tend to think. She says our minds automatically leaf through our past experiences and information, and from all of that old information, our minds create our present experiences, more of the same. So she says, forget thinking like that and simply start thanking right now. Because when you do this, you are initiating a brand new experience. So my theme for these 3 weeks is think less, thank more. Last week, I talked about gratitude no matter what. And I had 3 suggestions. Shake your pom-poms, insist on the gifts, and look up with an altitude of gratitude. And if you missed that program, you can certainly see it anytime on YouTube or on Facebook, our page and our channel. So Pam Grout says, when we practice this energy frequency of gratitude, and listen to this, she says it opens a portal straight into the heart of the very field of infinite possibilities that you can't yet see. Now, the subtitle of her book is A 30-Day Experiment in Shameless Gratitude and Unabashed Joy. The operative word is experiment. So last week I talked about how our thoughts create an energy field that ripples out to impact the world, the people around us, either with heaviness and discouragement or with hope and healing and possibility and optimism. Well, today another aspect is gratitude is a magnet. Yeah, gratitude is a magnet. Well, actually, all of our thoughts are magnets. Thoughts become things. And our message is always how we can, some way that we can up-level the quality of our thoughts in order to up-level the quality of our experiences. You know, neediness attracts more neediness, and gratitude attracts, well, you get the idea. So what would you prefer? Well, of course, I had to ask. Think about it. A magnet attracts materials resonant to its attracting properties without deliberation, without resistance. It does it powerfully, but without struggle. It simply does what it does. Now here's a side note about that. Relax into gratitude. Don't struggle with it as a burdensome should. Why not enjoy it, after all, like a magnet? It's effortless. It is an acknowledgement that you are not alone, that there is something, God, higher power, the universe, something greater than you, supporting you. It's a prayer. Henry Ward Beecher wrote, "Let the grateful heart sweep through the day, and as a magnet finds the iron, so it will find in every hour some heavenly blessing." Gratitude is a magnet. It attracts more and more things for which to be grateful, or it opens our eyes to recognizing our blessings. When we develop an attitude of gratitude, our energy field, our vibration truly changes things at the tiniest cellular level. It rearranges atoms and reconfigures molecules. It literally changes things. Change your thinking, change your life. Ernest Holmes, the architect of our philosophy, said it this way: "Gratitude is the power which attracts the hidden potentialities of life." So, are you ready to try it? Remember, the operative word is experiment. So one suggestion that I'm going to talk about from the book today is that she says, be a broken record. And here's how she puts it in the book. I say thank you like a crazy person. Say thank you for every single thing that happens. When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, thank you that I'm here on planet Earth for yet another day. And then when shuffling out of bed into the bathroom, thank you that I have legs that allow me to move from point A to point B. And then while stirring the Cheerios in your cereal bowl, thank you that I have ample nourishment. And she suggests thanking your sheets and pillows. I do that. I thank my cozy bed. I thank my dishwasher. And I'm getting into the habit of thanking more and more things. When I look around, there's so much. So having said that, here's an irony. No sooner do I decide my Sunday theme, whatever the topic is going to be for you, no sooner do I decide that than life gives me the opportunity to test it in my own life. So, lest you think that a minister's life is rainbows and unicorns all the time, well, I'm going to give you a snapshot of my past 6 weeks or so. You ready? Well, the fun began with termites. Now, I've lived in my villa for 25 years, never, ever had termites. I really wouldn't know what the signs were or what they looked like or anything, but it just so happened, already a moment of gratitude, I had a handyman, our handyman, come by to take care of some things in my villa, and I showed these to him as just, oh, by the way. And he didn't know what it was dust on the floor, like underneath my blinds, at the bottom of my window blinds. So he Googled it, and he said, looks like termites. And meanwhile, that week I had just happened to buy a taller step stool so that I could climb up and look on the top valance over the blinds. You guessed it. I saw that same dusty stuff, and it was all coming from tiny, tiny holes in the ceiling. Well, by this time, okay, now I know I've got termites, and I'm in a tizzy. I tell you, yes, at this point, I was not being so grateful. But what I did do is I called on our spiritual practitioners for some prayer support. Did you know you can pray for anything and everything? As long as it's not hurtful or diminishing to anyone or anything else. I did not pray for the termites to be destroyed, just for them to go somewhere else. So I was at so much more peace of mind after I gave my prayer request to our spiritual practitioners. And then in talking with my neighbors about the issue, they were so supportive and reassuring. They were almost like saying, Karen, we've got you. We've got your back. I was so grateful for that. And then it turned out that the repair for the issue was simple, and the cost was covered by our condo association. I was so grateful as I reflected back on that experience, realizing that It wasn't something I would have asked for, but life handed it to me to give me a chance to practice gratitude as a magnet. Well, no sooner was I done with the termite issue than a couple days later I looked up at my ceiling in another place and I saw a small damp spot. You know what, how that unnerving that can be. Well, I called my air conditioning repair person, service person, and he came out and he inspected and looked, and it turns out the fan motor on my air conditioner need replacement. But it was a good thing that I had called him when I did. Thank goodness, thank God, thank the universe for that small leak, because that way we avoided a lot more damage being done. He fixed it, and thank you, universe. The fan motor was still in warranty, and I was also, as I reflected back on the whole thing, so grateful for an excellent service person. I've had him in the company for probably 15 years. Yes, grateful. And it could have been worse. That's always something to be grateful for. But we're just getting started. The next thing that happened is my old printer stopped working. Now I'm working at home, obviously, in my home office, so I need that printer. I tried everything. Tech support. I went to YouTube to see every kind of tutorial I could find. I even ordered a part on eBay thinking, well, maybe I can fix it somehow. Didn't work. Well, I'm grateful because, first of all, I had an older backup printer I could use to get by with, and grateful that I found a new one online with ease, the same model, only the newer version. And best of all, with ease, I found someone to help carry out the big old heavy old one and bring in the heavy new one. All things that I had been fretting and stewing about and such a tizzy, oh no, why is this happening? And then somewhere along the way I thought, wait a minute, look, all the blessings. Everything I needed was provided in perfect timing. Oh, I'm not done yet. Then I went out to my car to go run some errands, and I pressed the button to start the car and it wouldn't start. Now it's only 3 years old, but there the dash was lighting up with all kinds of warning lights, and I just thought, oh no, what's going on? So I kind of panicked for a moment. Well, the first thing I did was call a towing service, and of course I thought, oh, they're going to take forever. Well, they didn't. They came quickly, and they were courteous and helpful, and turns out just had to charge my battery. So I drove the car to the dealership to have it checked out, and they said, you need a new battery. And the cost was, oh my, way more than I had expected or anticipated or had remembered them to cost. And then I thought, wait a minute, my car lease is actually due to come to its completion in about a month. So why buy a new battery? Why not see if my usual sales rep is there? I've had the same one for 15 years. He's so helpful, makes it so easy for me to do my leases. And he was there, he was available, and within just a short amount of time, instead of having to buy a new battery and then take care of the lease, which is always something it's a hassle for me, even though my rep makes it so easy for me, but still I would rather, it's just something that, is kind of I keep putting off as long as I can. Gratitude, because he made it so simple, so easy. I got my new lease taken care of and a new car. Well, there's more. My hearing aids needed replacing, and if you're depending on hearing aids, you don't want to wait a long time for that. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, the cost is going to be crazy and it's going to be inconvenient, and again, they came through actually at a better price than I'd expected. And thank goodness, I'm grateful I had the money in my savings. And I had a wonderful person again who has taken care of me before with my hearing aids. And she was there again. And it turned out to be something for which to be grateful. And then I had the grand finale. My teeth. I needed a bridge. I had a permanent bridge which was not behaving as a permanent bridge anymore. And if you've ever had that happen, it's kind of creepy, because all of a sudden something that's moving in your mouth isn't supposed to be moving, and it is. So I went to the dentist, and sure enough, I need a new bridge. And I had, talk about sticker shock when they showed me what that was going to cost. And so I was in a frenzy about that and the dental appointments and probably the discomfort and all that would be involved. Turns out it all went smoothly. I was so grateful for my wonderful dentist whom I've had for more than 20 years. He took such good care of me, made it as seamless as possible, a process, and I did have the money in my savings to pay for it. I did have a brief whine about the cost. I mean, I would have liked to have spent that money on something more fun, but then I thought, hey, what could be more fun than having teeth that are working properly? So, reflecting on all this stuff that happened, of course, as you heard, I had a human reaction, worry, frustration, angst. But I realized because the universe tosses these things my way fairly often, so I get to practice, my bounce back is getting quicker. You want to pay attention to that because, when we have an issue that comes up and we know better, have you noticed, and give yourself credit for at least bouncing back from your human, ain't it awful reaction to, wait a minute, I can be grateful, there's going to be something good in this. So I was pleased to discover that I bounced back fairly quickly. My goodness, I had a lot of practice. And I realized I was getting to practice being a broken record of gratitude. Now, the gratitude I had was not at first for the things that happened, but I was able to be grateful fairly quickly because I knew that God, the infinite intelligence, and that's infinite, think about that, is my source of solutions, of ideas, and everything I need. And then it got to be a little bit fun too, I'd say, when things kept happening. Hand on hip, okay, God, show me what you got. And thank you in advance. Gratitude up-leveled my experience of these conditions. I still had to do my part to remedy things, make the phone calls, go to the appointments, but the synchronicity and the coincidences and the blessings along the way were amusing and amazing. And through that process, I grew in my faith and spiritual practice. Now, an important note, these were minor inconveniences compared to some of the really big challenges of life. And I know that many of you are going through or have had, or we all probably will have, some pretty big challenges, whether it's health or financial or in our work or relationships. And I can tell you, I have had those too. And here's the thing. To the infinite, to God, there is no big or small. That's just our human perception. That this is a big challenge, and that one's not so bad. The process is the same. The process is the same. There are blessings and gifts because gratitude is a magnet no matter what, no matter how big the challenge or how trivial. Gratitude is a magnet. Ernest Holmes said, gratitude is a part of a practical philosophy of daily life. There is no wiser way of living than to remember every morning what life has given us and to lift up our thought in thankfulness. Think less, think more. Gratitude is a magnet. Try it. Remember, it's an experiment. And now Jay and Bob are going to sum it all up with a great song, a rousing version of a song by Eddie Watkins Jr., God is so good. I know you know that. Enjoy experimenting with it, and I'll see you soon.
I don't care what's on TV about the state of the economy. I don't believe most of what I see. I know what I know to be. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good all the time. Well, I'm walking by faith and not by sight, 'cause what seems wrong today, tomorrow might seem right. All is well and it's all good and unfolding as it should. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. My God is so good through the highs and lows, so good through the troubles and woes, so good through the peaks and valleys. I can feel the Spirit inside me. So good all the time. I want to testify, my God is so good through my darkest hours. So good, I call on the mighty power. So good to carry me through. You better believe it's true. God is so good all the time. My God is so good through the highs and lows, so good through the troubles and woes, so good through the peaks and valleys. I can feel the Spirit inside me. So good all the time. I want to testify and tell you that so good through my darkest hours. So good, I call on the mighty power. So good to carry me through. You better believe it's true. God is so good all the time. Yeah.
Thank you, Reverend Karen, for sharing how we can attract more good into our lives through the practice of gratitude. Also, thank you, Jay and Bob, for driving home Reverend Karen's message and getting our toes tapping and our fingers snapping with God is So Good by Eddie Watkins Jr. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Sarasota, we want you to know that we are available to you to support you in knowing the power and presence of your spiritual essence. We are here to offer prayer support, inspiration, encouragement, and opportunities for virtual community and connection. And we really appreciate your financial gifts so that we can continue to offer support to you. There are 3 simple ways that you can share your gift. On your screen, you'll see our website where you can select the donate button, which allows you to contribute via PayPal or credit card. You can also mail a check to our address shown here on the website, or set up automatic contributions through your own online banking. And now, I invite you to take your virtual gift in your hand and place it over your heart, blessing it as you share it and know with me, my gift goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper, and the divine flow returns it to me, multiplied abundantly. Now please join me in saying our offering affirmation shown on your screen. I give thanks that I may share of my good, my love, and my support. Thank you so much. On our website at www.cslsarasota.com, we want to draw your attention to the green prayer request button, which allows you to send us your prayer request. Our 4 licensed spiritual practitioners, Kathleen Frankert, Ron Frost, Jim Grove, and me, stand by, ready to know and affirm spiritual truth with and for you, no matter the situation. Here on our website, you can also sign up for our weekly email newsletter or click on our Facebook link to see posts about upcoming events. In community news, I invite you to join me for pop-up prayers. Pop-up prayers are 5 to 10 minute videos focusing on a particular topic where I offer a short reading or quote, an affirmative prayer, all rounded out by an affirmation to take with you. These videos are posted once a week on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and in our weekly e-newsletter. I encourage you to submit prayer topics you'd like me to address in future videos to the email now on your screen. Also, feel free to scroll through the topics addressed in previously posted pop-up prayers to find the encouragement and support that you need in any given moment. Also, continuing on Wednesday nights from 7 to 8 p.m., we have our spiritual living circles that take place on Zoom, facilitated by licensed spiritual practitioner Jim Grove. This is a great time in community and is open to all. This coming Wednesday, December the 2nd, we will be discussing an Ernest Holmes article from the current December Science of Mind magazine titled, "What is Religion?" These circles are informal, inspiring, thought-provoking, and they cost nothing to attend. To participate in this week's Faith Lift, email Jim Grove at the address on your screen to receive the Zoom link, discussion questions, and a copy of the article in case you don't have the magazine on hand. Now, as we conclude this sacred time together, let us set the intention to move forward into our day and the week ahead, knowing that we go forward in peace, joy, love, and gratitude. I now invite you to join in singing our closing song, "Let There Be Peace on Earth." The words will be on your screen. Thank you for being with us and have a wonderful week, everyone.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth,